So today we are going to synthesize that compound. After synthesizing that whatever report or observation is there, how to write that observation. So first make three columns. In two columns. Under these columns we have to write first color of this crystal. It may be white or maybe yellow or whatever color is there. After doing that experiment, so then we have to write that physical characteristics of that particular compound. So it may be your whatever color is there, we have to report it. Then you have to see that shape of that particular compounds. It may be a palette shape, maybe your spherical shape, whatever it may be. That shape we have to write in that observation chart. Then we have to determine the melting point of that. After recrystallization of that compound, we have to determine the melting point of that compound by using instrumental method or maybe that till tube method. So by this method only we can get that melting point, and that should be reported in that observation chart. Then result and discussion. So after getting that melting point, after that shape of the correct compound or maybe the whatever color is there, that all the things all together will write in that result and discussion part. So that and the percentage yield of that particular compound and whatever the melting point of that acetanilide was found, that should be write in a gram, and then the melting point also reported in a degree C. For this experiment, we have to take some precautions, like do not inhale the fume of acetic anhydride, and also always carry out the experiment in fuming chamber or near the window. Use the water condenser for refluxing the reaction mixture. Otherwise, it may be some whatever chemicals or solvent system will be there. If you use high temperature, maybe evaporate this all the solvent, you will get that char only, that compound, you won't get that compound. So that's why during that reflux, you have to use water condenser. Dry that crystal of acetanilide before finding the weight and its melting point. If they are having any water molecule, you won't get that accurate weight of that compound, and you won't get that accurate melting point. So that's why before doing that melting point, or maybe before calculating that percentage yield, or maybe that practically always that drug should be or that product should be that completely dry product. You can dry that product by air also, or by this hot air oven also. But whenever you are doing that, use that hot air oven, so always you remember the melting point of that compound. Otherwise, if you keep the temperature more than that melting point, you won't that product will get that dry, you will get that completely, that product will be destroy that product. That's why always remember that melting point of that product, and below that melting point you will set your temperature for drying purpose in case of hot air